Hey guys, it's Alexandra here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my current makeup favorites. So I know many of you who know me personally know that I love makeup. Makeup and books and theater are kind of the things that I enjoy most, and then running can be tacked on top of all of that. But I figure since I haven't talked about any of my makeup favorites in a while, I would do that. It's kind of a funky time. I know a lot of us are not working in our workplaces, we're working from home, but I am a pretty natural makeup person. Therefore, I think a lot of these makeup products would be great for those of you who are working from home but want to still feel like your normal self, that you're getting ready and going to work. I know I personally have to do that for myself every day that I'm working. So Monday through Friday, I try to get up and get myself around the way that I would for a regular work day where I was going into a school building. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into my current makeup favorites. I'm going to talk about them in the order that I would use them on my face. So let's go ahead. So the first product that I have is a sunscreen, and it is from Lancome. It is their UV Expert Aqua Gel Defense 50 sunscreen. This is the first sunscreen I've ever found that truly does not break out my skin. It can be used all over my face, on my neck, wherever I really need the sunscreen, and it does not break me out. And I also think it helps my makeup last a lot longer. It definitely is an investment. It's a bit more of an expensive brand, at least in my opinion, Lancome is. But if you're somebody who struggles to find a good SPF, so a higher SPF, and a format that does not break out your skin, I would suggest giving this a try. I do have two other sunscreens that I've been enjoying. The one is by Cicapair. It is their Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. This one's kind of interesting. It is a green tinted one. I don't think it breaks up my skin. I don't use it all over my face though. I actually just use it on top of pimples or dark marks to counteract the redness, because green counteracts the red. So if you're somebody who's got acne prone skin, or you've got lots of little red bumps, this might be a sunscreen to try out because it does color correct at the same time that it gives you some SPF, and it is SPF 30, so it has a decent amount. I try and keep it 30 or higher, especially on my face and neck. The last sunscreen I have is by Peter Thomas Roth. It is their Max Sheer All Day Moisture Defense Sunscreen. This is SPF 30. I don't use this on my face. I use this on my neck because I know that I've neglected to put sunscreen on my neck for a long time, and I want this skin to be as healthy as this skin when I am older. I don't like putting this on my face because it is a bit thicker. And I don't think that my skin personally on my face would do very well with that, but my neck skin's not quite as sensitive, so I do enjoy putting this on there. The next skincare item I have is an under eye cream. It is from Murad. It's their Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture for Eyes. It is just an under eye moisturizer. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I've been enjoying it. It is a bit thick, so you don't need very much. I literally just touch one of my ring fingers into it and then dab it on the other and pat it under my eyes. But I have always seemed to have kind of under eye texture, and I'm hoping that with some continued use of this, that will help settle some of that under eye texture. The last skincare item I have it's called the Glassy Skin Balm by Pretty Filter. It was also in a BoxyCharm. I do not use this as true skincare. I actually use it to sort of bridge the gap between moisturizer and primer. This is a dewy skin moisturizer, so I take just a little bit on my finger and then I'll put it on my face, and it just gives kind of like a shine even when it dries down. So it's nice if you have really dry skin and you're looking for something to give some life back to your face underneath foundation. I would say that if you have oily skin, that may not be the product for you, because I have somewhere between combination and normal skin, and if I use a light hand, I'm good. It makes me look nice and healthy, but if I use too much, I look crazy. And I think if you were an oily person like I used to be, this would be your nightmare. It would just make your makeup slide off all over the place. Alright, so the next product that I have is concealer. These are from L'Oreal. They are the Infallible Full Wear Concealers. I have the shades 330 Ivory and 325 Eggshell. I use both of them. 330 I use more on its own in the summer. It's a little bit more yellow, a little bit deeper. 325 Eggshell is a little bit lighter, a little bit more neutral toned in my opinion. Right now I'm currently mixing them because I'm sort of in between my palest of pale in the winter time, but I am definitely not to my normal skin tone in the summer. I like these because they are medium to full coverage without looking cakey and gross underneath my eyes, because that's really the only place that I use concealer on a consistent basis, is to just kind of counteract the blue in the inner corners. But if you're looking for a concealer that's really long wearing, has a nice amount of coverage, but isn't too super dry and is also not going to break the bank, I would highly suggest this. Next favorite for me would be the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I use the shade Fair right now. I did use the shade Light in the summer. Light is just a little bit deeper than this. It is a loose powder and I use it to set my face all over. I just kind of tap some into the lid and then use a brush like this to get underneath my eyes and then my nose and the rest of my face. I use significantly less powder now than I used to, but my favorite thing about this is that it does not look too powdery. It sets down and it mattifies any areas that you really want to be mattified without making them look super dry or powdery. You don't need a ton of it to do that job, and they last forever. I usually get 3 to 4 months worth of use out of one of these containers, and again, it's drugstore, so it's not going to break the bank. I have repurchased this so many times. I've lost count of how many times I've repurchased this. I love it, love it, love it. I'm not the only one that does. People talk about it all the time here on YouTube, but if you think of yourself as not being a powder person, but you're looking for something to help you kind of set your makeup, even if it's just in the T-zone, I think this might be the ticket for you. Next, I have two bronzers. So the first one, it is really worn off, but it is from ColourPop. It is their Coconut Beach bronzer. So I got this a couple months ago now, and I do very much enjoy it. It's a little bit, I would say, warmer than I'm used to, and it is decently dark, so I have to use a light hand with it, but it's creamy, it's smooth, it doesn't look too powdery. If I do too much, though, like if I load up my brush and don't tap off any of the excess, because I'm so pale, it can make you look a little muddy, but if I'm careful with it, I do enjoy how it looks, and I think it will be really wonderful during the summer when my skin is a little bit more pigmented and I'm not quite so pale. The next one I have is my mini Hoola bronzer from Benefit. This is my favorite bronzer of the moment. I have worn off the logo and I'm sure I'm about ready to hit pan. I adore this. They look almost the same in this lighting, but for me, this one blends a little bit more easily and I don't have to be quite as careful with this. Now, Hoola does make a Hoola Light, and I actually used that all through the winter, and Hoola Light is my perfect bronzer in the winter because it's even lighter and you can be even more generous with applying it and still not look like you overdid it. One more thing though, the ColourPop bronzer, I'm not sure if it's still on their website, but if it is, this is less than $10. This Hoola one, I don't know if I've seen the mini sold by itself, but it came in a pack of the other Hoola Light and several blushes, but it was still fairly expensive, so you have to kind of make up your mind here. Alright, so my eyeshadow primer favorite has not changed for a while. It is the Milani eyeshadow primer. My favorite prior to this was the Unique Cosmetics eyeshadow primer, their Moodstruck primer. I love that. I just still have this and it's been lasting forever, and I don't want to invest in another tube of the Unique one. This can be found at the drugstore or online at Ulta or Milani's website. It is really, it comes out of the tube looking, I'll show you, it comes out of the tube looking like this, but when you rub it in, it is absolutely transparent. And I don't know, I really like it. It helps keep my eyeshadow on all day long, and that is something that I appreciate, especially since normally my makeup is on from about 5 o'clock in the morning until at least 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I have two eyeshadow favorites. The first is this little one from e.l.f. It is their bite-size eyeshadow in Cream and Sugar. It has two matte shades, this one over here and the dark brown, and then two shimmer shades, which I will swatch for you. That one you can't really see because it is literally the color of my skin. That one you can see though, it's beautiful. So that is the little e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. This is just quick and easy. I find myself throwing on one of the shimmer shades all over my lid with my finger and then adding a little bit of this dark shade to the outer corner to deepen it up. But I really do like that, and it's quite cheap. I think they're $3. The next one I have is from Laura Geller. It is their Family Celebration Eye and Cheek palette. I got this for Christmas. It was a part of a trio. The eyeshadows are kind of neutral to cool brown with a couple of shimmers over here, and then a nice peachy pink blush and a highlight. This is great because it also has a mirror, so you can use it as you get ready. But I don't know, I really love fast neutral eyeshadows. Today, this is what I have on. I have Marshmallow on my brow bone, S'mores in my crease and outer corner, and then to deepen up the outer corner and my the outer third and a little bit in the crease is Hot Cocoa with Snow Place Like Home as the shimmer on my eyes. So I really enjoy this. I'm not sure if this is still available, but I know that these little ones from e.l.f. are just now hitting stores, and there's several different shade combinations. So even if this isn't your taste, they have lots of other ones you could choose from. For brows, I have been loving the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. I use the shade Taupe. It is just a twirl up, like a spin up pencil on one side. You can run that through your brows, and then it has a spoolie on the other to brush them out. It's super simple, super quick. I don't necessarily fill in my eyebrows every day, but when I do, I like this because it adds just enough color to make my brows stand out without being too dark and too much for me, because I already have fairly thick eyebrows. I don't need a lot, but sometimes I like to fill in a few of the sparse areas, especially in the front and in the middle of my brows. The mascara of the moment is my Benefit Roller Lash. This is one that I got in a big mascara kit from Sephora. It has a slightly curved wand with plastic bristles. I like this. I wasn't sure I liked it at first. It took a little while to dry out and not be quite so goopy, but now I enjoy it. It gives nice length. I don't know as it necessarily gives me a ton of volume, but I do like how it makes my lashes look, and the wand is small enough to do my lower lashes as well, and I don't find that it smudges throughout the day, even when I wear it to go work out, which is a bonus. And the last two makeup favorites I have are lipsticks. One I have talked about a ton before. It is my MAC Faux lipstick. It is just a satin lipstick in kind of a pinky neutral shade. It's what I have on today. I have used up a full one of these and now have repurchased. This is probably my all-time favorite lipstick. It looks great just blotted on the lips. It looks great full on. It wears well. When it fades, it doesn't fade funky. I cannot recommend this enough. So MAC Faux, it's one of their satin lipsticks. It's definitely worth, I think they're $18. It's definitely worth it. It lasted me years. Shh, don't tell anybody I used lipstick for that long, but it is so worth the money. The other lipstick I have, I actually got pretty recently in a BoxyCharm. It's from Appeal. It's their Ultra Cream lipstick, and it is in the shade Stripped. This is a much more warm shade, so kind of the counter to that. On my lips, I have fairly pigmented lips, so it doesn't come off quite that orange. It looks a bit more peachy, but I like it because between these two, I have basically every kind of lip color I would want. A more peachy orange and a more pinky nude, so I like that. I've sort of outgrown my liquid lipstick days because my lips are dry enough to begin with. These for me, go on well over textured or dry lips, and they last fairly well. And again, they don't fade strangely, which is always a bonus because normally I don't get to reapply my lipstick during the day. So anything that stays looking nice even as the hours pass is a win in my book. Alrighty guys, so those are my current makeup favorites. Thank you for letting me make a video that is completely different than what I usually do on this channel. There are a few other makeup videos that are in a playlist on my channel that are makeup related, so if you're interested in those, go ahead and give them a watch. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and listen to my makeup favorites. I hope that you have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.